Are you going to, Representative, you going to say something? Okay, go ahead. Representative Ron Reynolds.
Thank you, Superintendent Chambers, and I'll be brief. Good evening. It's great to be here, and I've been here and sworn in 3 board members before, but I've never talked about my foundation in terms of my education. I received my education at Alief Leisman Elementary School and also Keele. That's how I got my foundation. So I believe in public schools. I believe in Alief ISD. My daughter recently graduated from Alief Taylor, and she is a freshman at UT Austin. So I know this is a great district that prides itself in great education. And I'm so proud of all of the board members and the superintendent who I go back with from my first commencement that I spoke at was his last at Stafford Municipal School District. And that was an honor that he asked me to be that commencement speaker. The reason why I'm here is because I believe strongly in diversity. I believe strongly in inclusion and equity. And as the chair-elect, the current vice chair of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, we support the initiative that Commissioner Ellis just spoke to you about. You know, small businesses are the economic engines that drive our economy. That is what produces jobs. That is why Texas is the leading producer in jobs in the nation. It's because we have a robust small business community. But far too often, that dream, when it comes to procurement, is often doesn't include people of color and women. That is why the state of Texas has a HUB program, historically underutilized business program, because the state of Texas had a history of not utilizing minority businesses that were competent, capable, and qualified. And so we in the state of Texas, as one of the most diverse states in the country, have put strength to make sure that we have a robust HUB program so that more minority women businesses can be able to compete and be able to receive contracts from the state. Similarly, at the municipal level, the disparity study that Harris County recently did showed a dismal number of minorities, 0.5% when it comes to African Americans, 4% when it came to Hispanics. Asians was like 0.4%. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. In the most diverse city in this state, in the most diverse region in the country, that diversity wasn't reflected within the procurement process. It wasn't because they weren't competent, capable, and qualified businesses. We have some of the best businesses, but they weren't given fair opportunities to compete because the businesses that had traditionally been there, they kept getting there because they had the relationships, they had the connections, they had the inside position so that they were the ones that were there. And so we hope that this district that prides itself in diversity, that has such a diverse community, and mind you, it was that diversity that helped pass that bond. And so we have a fiduciary duty, just like you have to do the taxpayers' money, you have a fiduciary duty to make sure that when it comes to equity and inclusion, that we're doing the best that we can, right? And finally, we're not asking for quotas. Quotas are illegal. We're asking for a level playing field so that these minority and women-owned businesses, African-American, Hispanic, Asian, just like, look at this diversity on this board. Those businesses, when you look at the procurement, it looks nothing like this. It looks nothing like the community. It looks nothing like the student body. It is, unfortunately, majority male Anglo. And it is time that we took a page from what the Commissioner's Court is doing to look at those practices, to do the disparity study, to peel the onion back to see, do we have a fair procurement process where everyone has a level playing field? Or is it a good old boy system that is designed to protect the same people that have been at the table for generations? And I hope that in this modern day, in this quote, post-racial America, in this celebration of King, as you eloquently stated, that we'll get to the point one day where we can judge people by the content of the character, not the color of their skin, but we're not there yet. And we still have many disparities. And one of those biggest disparities that I see is in the procurement process. So thank you, Superintendent Chambers. President Williams and the rest of the board for indulging me. I wholeheartedly suggest that you take up the largesse from the Harris County and utilize this for the benefit of our community. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Representative Reynolds. One last thing before we move on is I wanted to allow